A few months back, I uploaded the video I farmed a bot farm, and in that video I killed over 1,000 green dragon bots. And it wasn't easy, and probably not for a reason that you'd think. At the time, I had to be logged in on my main account as well to drop bones and lure the bots into multi, because in multi-way combat, the PJ timer was ineffective. After I finished that video, I did wonder if there were any other bot farms in the wilderness that I could use this same cheesy mechanic on, and it turns out there was. And the bots that I found were hidden within the Rev caves. These clips were taken 3 months ago, and at the time, I discovered 2 different kinds of bots. First being the range bots, which came in 2 variations, one with 1 defense and no other stats, and the other being somewhat of a ranged med level, and second, the whip and obby shield bots, which had mid to high level combat stats and nothing else. After doing a few experiments, it became clear that they would also fall for the same trick. So I put the fairy to work and I began luring the bots into my pure. And you could say that it was quite successful. Although the obby shield whip bots were incredibly easy to trick, the range bots on the other hand were not. This bot was far more advanced and would teleport the moment they saw you on the minimap, meaning it was near impossible to get them. At the time, I did manage to lure one of them, and it turned out that this bot had around double the amount of risk, but the success rate in killing them was next to none. Last month, Jagex did an update which completely changes this. Not only did they reduce the PJ timer from 12 seconds to 5, but they also made a specific change to the Rev caves. When a player attacks a Revenant, their teleports will be disabled for 1.2 seconds or 2 game ticks, meaning that the bots can no longer teleport the moment they see you on the minimap. Now, before we get into today's video, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for the recent support on my channel. We just hit 150,000 subscribers, which is insane. But still, somehow only 28% of you are subscribed. So please, I beg. Make sure you thumbs up this video, leave a comment if you're feeling a little crazy, and help appease the algorithmic gods. And before the video begins, a quick word from today's sponsor. Introducing the biggest turn-based RPG available on mobile and PC, Raid: Shadow Legends. Since the launch of the game back in 2018, Death Knight has become one of the most recognizable faces of Raid. And because of this, Raid have decided to create a brand new Ultimate Death Knight champion, being a champion that you definitely want on your side. Probably the most impressive thing is his AoE attack, Ratsoftia, which not only looks fantastic, but deals incredibly big damage. With the recent release of the new champion Ultimate Death Knight, Raid are currently running a promotion where you can get him for free if you log in and play Raid for 7 days between now and October the 27th. On top of that, you can also use the promo code DKRises for a bunch of free items to instantly level your new strongest champion all the way to level 50 and a 5-star ascension. I recently pulled my 2nd ever legendary, which I managed to pull from a free sacred shard. So recently I've just been trying to level the champion up by sacrificing any champions that I don't want that I get from my free daily login shards, along with putting the champion into the sparring pits. But that's not all. Raid have just released a giant new feature, The Awakening, alongside a brutal new dungeon, the Iron Twins Fortress, which if you're good enough to take on, you will see a huge payoff. Being able to awaken your champions, which lets you choose a powerful blessing that can transform how they perform in battle. If this sounds at all appealing to you, feel free to use my link down in the description or scan my QR code on screen, and new players who do so will receive a free starter pack worth almost $30, the free champion Vergis, and all of this cool in-game loot. You can find all of these rewards here in your inbox for the next 30 days. After the teleport delay changes, I decided it was time to revisit the caves. I don't know if this is a player or if this is a bot. I'm not actually too sure. They're changing their prayers though, which is very interesting. This guy's actually risking a lot. He's got a Saradomin sword and an Amulet of Avarice. I am really curious if that was an actual player or not. I'm gonna go check this key out, like, right now. I've just looked up this guy's stats. I think it's fair to say that there's a pretty good chance that was a bot. Okay, 844k. That is not a bad way to start this off. Solid first kill. I'll take it. The easiest way for me to tell whether that was a bot or not is going to be based upon if we find more people with Saradomin swords and Amulet of Avarices, because if that actually is a bot, we're going to feast. Something I discovered quite early on with these bots, with the newly changed teleport delay, you now have 2 attempts at throwing a TB on them. And as you can see in this clip here, I splashed the first TB, but it didn't matter because the second TB landed. Let's take a look at how much this one had. 278k, not bad. Oh, okay. No running for this guy. Nice and easy. Now we can stack some keys. I only had like 1 more level to attack that guy as well. Oh, the clever bots. That's so interesting. I just wanted to log out to the north because every single time I come from the south, they always run to the north and log out if they escape. But it turns out that they run in whichever direction is opposite to where you come from. I think we'll stick to the south for now. It seems to be working quite well. It's time now to go have a look and see exactly what we got from those 5 kills. Okay, that's quite a lot of loot right there. That's over 1 mil loot. This was the kill that I just received. Doesn't look like he was there for very long. And the biggest key we managed to get was 400k. Second biggest, 300k. Obviously, it all depends on what drops they manage to get before I get them. Got this guy's ancient cloak. 243k. We've made 2.5 mil just from those 7 kills. Over time, I discovered there was a better place to log in and attack the bots from. Turned out that the best way to attack the bots and land the teleblock was in plain sight right next to them. As long as they're attacking the Revenant, they have to wait 1.2 seconds to escape. Therefore, this is a more efficient way of landing the teleblock before they get a chance to telly. And the only way that they escape is if your TB splashes twice. I've just found myself one of the Saradomin sword wielders. If the Saradomin sword wielders are the same as the range bots, just with melee, then I should be able to get him here. That is huge. Not only do they not fight back, they also risk the Saradomin sword, which basically means this is free money. And there we go. I'm very happy with this new method. This changes everything. Now, it should go without saying, but because I'm inside of the Revenant caves, which is the only active place left in the wilderness, I was bound to run into the occasional PKer. That guy logged in immediately after I started attacking that bot there, so I've got a pretty good feeling there's something sus going on. We have 5 glorious keys. This is the guy that I just killed, 800k. This guy had a granite maul with an ornament kit on it, so a very nice 896k donation. We take those. I'm guessing this is Saradomin boy. Oh. Those Saradomin boys are free money. Oh my goodness, 821k. And you get a guaranteed Saradomin sword as well. 23 kills. We have a total of 8 million GP. Not bad at all. There's no way. I think I've just found the same Saradomin sword boy. You're just too free. I have to. I've just had a look at my kill list down here, and as you can see, I've killed Departings twice, apparently. So, man, this guy geared back up and came and donated me a brand new Saradomin sword, and I am not complaining. I'm gonna see if I can smite him and not freeze him. Might be possible if I just keep deep... Nope. Never mind. I've yet to smite one of these. It might be possible, but I feel like the bot's doing a pretty good job of keeping their HP high. Okay, so I'm guessing it's this key. 664k. I've just found him again. I'm gonna keep killing him. Of course I am. I'd be stupid not to. I'll be interested to see if anyone logs in to try to entice me off of this. It's just free money. Okay, good fight, Departings. Let's get called lame. Is that your account? Of course. You want to see my med? Hey, thank you for the Sarah swords. They are tender and delicious. Oh, I can't spell. God damn it. So it turns out that the bot owner here wasn't actually joking. He did have a med level. This account is actually pretty damn nice. And it would be a mighty shame if anything were to happen to this account. The owner has not changed the name. We're all looking at you, Jagex. But I digress, because I actually managed to get Gap and I logged out, and then I proceeded to bask in the brightness of my newly acquired Saradomin sword. And then we went back to destroying fucking bots, because quite frankly, that guy made things personal. Can I get a... another Saradomin sword to the collection, and a 200k key. Not a bad start to the day. At this point, for no particular reason, I decided that I wanted more. I checked the price of the Amulet of Avarice, which was sitting at a very healthy 600k, and then proceeded to grab myself a Saradomin staff. Because when you use the spell Saradomin Strike, if the hit is successful, it will reduce your opponent's prayer by 1 extra prayer point. This stacks alongside smite. He smited. Yes, it is possible. Let's have a look. 700k. Okay, I'm pretty confident that's an amulet smite right there. Let's take a look. Yes. Okay, the interesting thing about that, this guy has just started his trip. By the looks of it, hasn't even had a single kill, maybe one. That bot was full on supplies, and I still managed to smite him. So I think the determining factor here, whether or not I can smite them for the amulet or not, is depending on if I can get a full TB. If I can get a full TB, I'm pretty confident that I can smite these guys. But that is the very first amulet PK'd, and that's a very nice 677k. Just based off of that clip right there, I'm gonna say that it's probably worth myself taking the Saradomin staff from now on. If there's a chance that I can smite them, it's definitely worth taking. Oh, he smited. He is absolutely smited right now. 100%. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there at 2 keys. Ooh, 745k? Because I'm killing them outside of the cave, I'm not getting the 100k entry fee, but that's okay. I'll take the amulet instead. I didn't want to do it to you, man. Oh, we had a key as well. Okay. Do you know what? I did want to do it to you. Thank you very much for the key. Your sacrifice was not in vain. Damn. No amulet or Saradomin swords. We're still looking at about 1.5 million loot. Still. That is really, really good. The very last hit in his prayer drops. Another for the collection. He's smited already. He's not even out of the cave yet. This is actually the first time I've had a prayer drop before they've managed to get out of the cave. And I'm gonna just double check this key as he dies, just to see if it is the amulet. But I'm pretty confident that is. Yep. I found my old friend. Okay. They are not gonna be happy with me. Oh, it's like taking candy from a baby. Just too easy, man. It's just too easy. This is 100% a smite right here. Alright, let's take a look inside these keys. What do we make? First official 1 mil key from a bot. Yep, that makes sense. This guy must have been here for quite some time. Wait, he still had a super restore on him. Okay, that doesn't really make sense. I might have just hit his prey off at the right time. His prayer might have dropped as I hit him. We've also got the daily Saradomin sacrifice and some pretty bog standard keys that you'd come to expect from just killing bots without getting a smite. In the time that I killed these bots, once they get outside of the cave, they do one of two things. They either run directly south towards the wilderness ditch, or they actually run into Multi and they go to the Dark Knight's fortress. I killed a lot of these bots, and in my time of doing this, I didn't run into any teams. But if you are going to chase them into Multi, just be aware that it could very well be a lure. Hello there. Alright, that should be another amulet in the bag. Only a 1 kill trip, unfortunately. God, I had to chase her all the way to the Black Knight's fortress. And rewarded with the amulet. Not quite sure what this is, but we're gonna fight it. That was a very interesting fight. Let's see how much loot we have. 490k? Not bad at all. We'll take it. First emet I've seen. This man has 4 keys. And now they're mine. I just got here as well. That's actually so perfect. Ooh, okay. My god, this guy had a dragon sword. Oh, she just recoil KO'd herself. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I'm just gonna check the key if I should bank. Oh, yep. Definitely a bank on that one. Can't believe that just happened. Brimstone. 1.8 mil cash. Oh, bad day for me. That was a very nice key. 900k. I believe that is 2 amulets in 1 trip. A successful pilgrimage. This has to be the PK. Not bad, not bad. 1.5 mil in loot. And then apparently I got 2 amulets. Yes, I smited him for his amulet. And it looks like I got another amulet. Okay, that guy spoke, and also I think he may have got smited. A few of the bots have said things. I know that bots have been known to be able to say stuff in the past. This guy just told me to fuck off. It's definitely a botted account. What it could be the person who's running the bot farm typing to me right now. And if that is the case, I have to be very careful of a lure, just in case this guy runs into multi. Good fight, I guess? These were the stats for that account. It's obviously like a botted account looking at the stats. How much even is this? This has to be 2 mil. Pretty much 2 mil and 1 amulet smite. This guy just got an ancient effigy. No way! Do you know what? I'm not even bothered about the bot. You can leave. I don't know how much the ancient effigy is off the top of my head. But I know it's a good one. 8 mil? No way did that just happen. Oh, we just cut into that bot's profit margins so bad. Oh, that's amazing. Incredible. That has to be the highlight of this video for me so far. It's one thing to kill a bot for its stuff. It's another to just straight up rob it. It just goes to show, if I smite one of these bots, I'm probably getting around about 700 to a mil. Who knows how many ancient emblems are coming into the game from these bots. And obviously because they're skulls, it means that they have a much higher chance of receiving one of the more expensive statues. Although we're making a lot of money right now, the bots are probably winning. But for today, I will consider that a win. No. Oh, he was like 10. Oh, he must have died from poison. Oh, tonight is being the best. Smited at the last moment, died to poison after he teleported. Let's go. I'm just looking at my editing software as I'm making this video, and there's probably like 10 more hours of just straight bot killing. A lot of it is me smiting bots, a lot of it is me just killing bots without getting smites. But basically, I killed a lot of bots in this video, and I made a lot of money. We ended on a total of 221 loot keys. Now granted, not all of those would have been bots, there would have been some regular PKs in the mix, but I'm confident in saying that we killed at least 200 bots in this video. I also managed to PK a total of 38 Amulet of Avarices, and I attribute that fully to the Saradomin staff. So if you do plan on killing these bots, I would highly recommend taking the staff, not only because you get an extra chance of smiting, but you also risk way less. It's just a no-brainer. Also, if you were wondering, I managed to kill the Saradomin bot 6 times, which means that I PK'd 6 Saradomin swords in total, and funnily enough, it was all from the exact same bot. So I know those guys are gonna be pissed. This is how the loot tab looked after 220 loot keys. After selling all of the loot that I managed to get off of the bots alone, we ended with a 72 mil cash stack. On top of that, I also had the 100k GP entry fee that I got when I killed somebody in the caves, bringing the total amount to 91 mil from just the bots alone. On top of that, I managed to make an additional 8 mil from the ancient effigy that I stole, bringing the cash stack to 99 mil, and then to finish it off, I sold all of the gear that I got from PKers in this video, which came to a total of 10 mil, bringing our total to 109 mil.